Okay, so I'm going to do another one of these Linux Creator Tools videos, and this operating system, you can see it here, is openSUSE. I don't know, I can't pronounce it probably, but it's very good. Anyway, so basically the idea is with these is I did the videos about installing the distributions and how hard it was or easy it was for like Windows or Mac people, but I've also doing these videos. I mean, with this you can have a little bit of knowledge of Linux, or you've just got past the first part of installing it, and it's now setting up creative tools and the sort of stuff you want to do, like putting the system to work. So, you want to play games, you want to do your word processing stuff, you want to do some editing, all these kind of things. So we just run through some bits on some AI. So, okay, so you can see it here. I've got OBS, which is desktop streaming and recording running really easily, just installed. I've got an NVIDIA card in this, 5060 Ti. So it's immediately encoding to the NVENC encoder in there. So let's close that down and then just have a look. openSUSE is a really slick distribution. It's just, the website looks great, all that sort of stuff, but it's just really nice. Now, okay, you've got your normal package manager, software manager here. It's called Discover, which is this, where you go in, download software. I went in and went to additional sources and added extra Flatpak stuff. You can Google how to add all the Flatpak repositories. So you can do that there. But I mean, obviously, then you just download that and download the other bits of software. So let's have a quick look. We've got Office, obviously, those kind of things, not very creative. Multimedia, I've got OBS. I've got Media Info, which is something I've had on a Mac forever. It's basically right-click it and you can see straight away what the video file is. I mean, it's really, really good. So we've also got Audacity, which is sort of video editor, which is an audio editor, which is fantastic. It's free. It's got great tools, plugins, effects, all sorts of stuff that you can use. So that's sort of like audio and multimedia there. I mean, there's tons of other audio tools you can use. There's full-blown digital audio workstations. Ardor is one of them. You can put on that. I haven't put it on here. Graphics, I put GIMP on here. Now, GIMP is basically a Photoshop sort of replacement. It doesn't look anything like Photoshop, but you can get around that by going to a website called PhotoGIMP, he says, and then basically PhotoGIMP, there it is. You download this, you download the GIMP from the Flatpak store, the main store, then you download this and you put it in, and it basically makes GIMP look like Photoshop, so it's a bit easier to use. I mean, it's a very powerful image editor. You've got Inkscape as well. I haven't put it on here. Inkscape's great for vector graphics. What else? Graphics. We've got Blender. Fire that up quickly. Download that for a hugely powerful 3D package that you can do literally. You can tell how powerful it is by the top here. Sculpting, UV editing, texture painting, shading, animation, rendering, everything's in the top there. So that's all good to go. So you've got that as well for 3D, making 3D on this system. And then games. So, that's what I'm saying. Steam and something like Steam, Steam has propelled Linux into the spotlight, really, because of their Valve sort of like have their own mini Steam Linux operating system, which is Steam OS. It used to be, I'm sure it was Debian, but now it's Arch. And that's on their Steam Decks. So they make all their games, they want the games to be compatible with Linux. So we've got the thing called the Proton layer. The Proton's a translation layer that sits in between a Windows game and Linux and lets you run it. So you can install Steam, and Steam, because of this, it's made Steam Linux become way more accessible to the general public because they can play the games on it and they have a free operating system that's not loaded with spyware and stuff. Anyway, so let's just launch Steam. It's easy to install from the store again. Comes up as usual, it says. Now, there's one thing you have to do with this. For games on openSUSE, you have to install a one line of code. I'll make sure I put it in the copy. Because openSUSE has what's called Secure Enterprise Linux, and this is a sort of security thing, and you put it in, it allows the games to run. When I first did it, I got caught out by it. So I've got Call of Duty on here. Let's just fire that up. I mean, I never really thought, like many of us, that I'd ever play Call of Duty on Linux. But the world's changed so dramatically. I mean, Proton, when this thing originally came out, let me just get out of that. Proton, when it originally came out, a few years ago, it sort of predates, I don't know, it predates this game. So let's just do resume game. Yep, I've got this on maximum 4K settings, maximum rendering, maximum everything. So it's going to give me a bit of an intro sequence here, which is nice. But yeah, so you can play it. There's thousands of games now that you can play on Steam on Linux. Thousands. I mean, I'm making a load of shorts. I've got 1,500 games in Steam. For some reason, I'm old because I was there at the beginning. I think I had to install it to get Half-Life 2 or something. There was something that went on. You could get Half-Life 2 if you had Steam installed. I can't remember how it worked, but it made you all sort of want to install Steam. So anyway, over the years, I've accumulated thousands of games, and much all of them sort of translate to, to Linux. Here we go. So let's slide down the road. I'm in the training game. Let's have a quick go. Run around the corner. Down the bottom, there's a guy. Let's get him. Grenade. Oh, I've done that wrong. Oh, there's a guy. I shouldn't have looked at the guy, should I? Not the grenade, is it? 4, 3 there. Oh no, maybe not. There's another one we have to do the grenade. Oh, 4 there, it tells you. And then you sprint to the stop, and I'm probably going to be recruit. There you go. And there's that can't be me. There they are, all the guys. You see, it's amazing. So let's come out of that. Save and quit. Save and quit. So there you go. Steam, brilliant. Okay, I'm playing Call of Duty on Linux. Brilliant. So let's close that down. Let's actually probably close it because it doesn't want to do that. Exit. So that's games taken care of. So the other bit of content creation, I mean, we've got Photoshop placements, we've got all sorts of replacements on there. But the key thing is video for me. And thankfully, DaVinci Resolve works on Linux, Mac, and PC. There's 2 versions of DaVinci Resolve, as you probably know. There's the free version and the paid version. And I would recommend, if you get one piece of software to work in your Linux world, pay for DaVinci Resolve because it gives you huge amounts of AI power. And I'll look at AI in a minute. I've got the free version on here at the minute. So, I mean, okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to stop the OBS stream. I'm going to copy in what I've recorded into it, and we'll have a quick look. So let me just stop this. So stop recording. And now I've started recording again. So, okay, so let's cut that down. So what I can do, launch Resolve. Now, to get Resolve on openSUSE was an epic. I had to write an installer for it. I'm sure there's really simple ways that people put, there's loads of lines of codes, but it's not the easiest thing to do. So if you look at my channel, I've written loads of installer scripts for DaVinci Resolve on different Linux platforms. There's a universal one, but the universal one never worked on openSUSE because I couldn't get it to work on my AMD card. So anyway, I've written a script. I'll make sure that the link is in the description of the video, and you can install Resolve very easily. Okay, so here we go. So create project. And boom. And the first thing to do, if you get into this and you find your text is tiny when you first installed it, just go to preferences, go to user, and make sure the UI scaling is correct. Also, very quickly, go back to system, GPU memory. Yeah, that's all correct. And decode options. If you're going to use this for like red footage and stuff, make sure your debater and compression set. Not everybody will do that. Anyway, so save. All right, so let's get a bit of footage in here, which is the bit of footage I've literally just recorded, which is that one, or that one. There we go. Put that in there. Change project frame rate because it's 60p. Create a timeline. Create new timeline. Select a clip. Create. And there's a timeline with our video and we can edit it. And just a quick whiz around Resolve if you have never used it before. You've got media, where all the media comes in. Cut, it's like a fast editor tool. I don't really use it. Edit is edit. Fusion is your 3D, not 3D, your After Effects thing. I mean, it's as good as After Effects. Easily, but it's just node based in it. It sort of floors people, but it's very powerful. Color, which is what I used to do, is the color world. Fairlight, immensely powerful production tool for audio, and the Deliver tab, which is exports it. Now, quite recently, I can't remember how long ago it was. It wasn't that long, but 2 or 3 months. They allowed full blown ProRes rendering on all the versions of Resolve on Linux. You didn't used to be able to do this. If you bought the huge panels, which are like 100 grand, and you were using it on Linux, you could render ProRes. But now everybody can do it. So, which is amazing because it's literally the industry standard for delivery for anything. So there you go. But the only problem is the free version of DaVinci Resolve, you don't get H.264, H.265 encoding. because H.264 and H.265 are licensed. Everybody pays a royalty if you use them. So, in Windows, it's built into the operating system. In Mac, it's built into the operating system. However, on Linux, obviously, it's not, is it? Because it's open source. So on the free version of Resolve, you don't get H.264 or H.265. However, if you have an NVIDIA card, you can get AV1, which is great. And it is all a bizarre thing because AV1 was created by Google, Netflix, and all those guys because they don't want to pay H.264 or H.265 licensing either. It's free. So it's on here. So you can work in that. And the nutty part of this is if you upload your video in any other format, it will be encoded by YouTube to AV1 because that's what they'll use. And your Netflix film you're watching it in AV1. That's just how it works. So AV1 is the future codec. So if you're recording stuff, OBS, and all that, you use AV1. So anyway, yeah, so I could just fire that out, render it out, and there you go. So that's great. So DaVinci Resolve, really powerful. I'd get the paid version for this, and you can use it. Use all the AI tools. And when we go onto AI, let's have a quick look. So you can use cloud AI, so that's great. But you can obviously, if you've got a 16 gig graphics card like I have in this, you can use local AI. And the front end I always use is called Alpaca, which is great. It download it from the FlatHub store. And then what you need to do is you need to install Llama, which is the engine that runs everything. Llama, very simple to install. Go to Llama, click downloads, copy that command, launch console, paste that there, and literally run it, and it will download Llama and it'll run in the background. And then when you launch Alpaca, it gives you a choice, and you can manage instances. And there's my Llama instance. So just connect it. It's literally, look, it's so simple. You don't do anything. You literally just make sure you select that, cancel, and then you can download your models. So let's go to download, available. Got all these free that you can download. Obviously, you've got to be aware of the size of your video RAM. This is really good this is the best one you can probably get onto a 16 gig card, which is that 14 gig GPT OSS. That's really powerful. But they've all got the different uses. Depends what you're going to do. I mean, I've just put down a small version of Llama 2. Give me a butter chicken recipe. And that should load into VRAM, and it gives me my butter chicken recipe, which is perfect. But you can use this for a lot more. I've just done a video about Bazite, but it's the same on this, where you can use the AI to help you chop down videos, create 3-minute versions for YouTube, all that kind of stuff. So incredibly powerful. So there you go. That's openSUSE. It's really good. It's a really slick Linux distribution. It's really well supported by whoever does it. It's really nice. I don't know much more I can say about it, to tell you the truth. I mean, if you want to use one, you can use this. There are tons to choose from, but it's just this is the wonderful thing about Linux, isn't it? There's tons of them you can choose from, but find the right one that works for you and installs new equipment you feel comfortable using. And yeah, so there you go. I hope that's been useful. And thanks for watching.